You just woke up and already feel your heart racing before your feet even hit the floor. It's like your body knows another day of struggle has begun and anxiety is already there, waiting for you like a loyal dog that never leaves your side. You walk into the kitchen, open the fridge not really knowing what you're looking for, grab something to eat because you need energy, but at the same time, your stomach is in knots and you can barely swallow. You've tried everything from those meditation apps everyone recommends to breathing exercises that seemed promising at first, but don't work when you're actually panicking. You've heard that food can affect your mood, but you never took it seriously because it seemed too simple for a problem as complex as anxiety. Today, I'm going to show you something that could completely change how you see the connection between what you eat and how your mind behaves. This isn't about going on a restrictive diet or cutting out everything you enjoy, but about realizing there are specific foods that can be real allies in your battle against anxiety, and others that, without you noticing, are making your symptoms worse. The truth is, your mind and your gut are constantly talking through a communication channel scientists call the gut-brain axis. Imagine you have a direct phone line between your belly and your brain, and everything you eat is like a message you're sending. When you eat a sugary snack in the afternoon, for example, you're sending an alert to your brain saying, sugar levels just spiked. So your body responds by releasing insulin to balance it out. But this roller coaster of sugar and insulin creates instability that your anxious brain interprets as danger, triggering even more of the symptoms you're trying to avoid. That's why after eating something really sweet, you might feel even more jittery, with a racing heart and that strange feeling that something bad is about to happen. But let me tell you about the foods that can actually be your friends on this journey. First, let's talk about omega-3, found in fish like salmon, sardines, and tuna, but also in flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. This nutrient is like lubricant for your brain, helping nerve cells communicate more efficiently and reducing inflammation that could be behind your anxiety. When you regularly include omega-3 in your diet, it's like giving your nervous system a comforting hug, calming down those exaggerated reactions that keep you in a constant state of alert. Now I want to tell you about something that might sound strange at first, but has solid scientific backing. Your gut produces about 90% of your body's serotonin, known as the happiness and well-being hormone. For this production to happen properly, you need to feed the good bacteria in your gut with fiber and probiotics. Fermented foods like kefir, kombucha, sauerkraut, and plain yogurt are like fertilizer for these friendly bacteria. When you take good care of them, they take good care of you, producing substances that send calm signals to your brain. It's amazing how a change in your diet can bring a sense of peace you haven't felt in a long time. Tell me something. Have you ever pretended to be okay when you were falling apart inside? Type I pretend to be okay in the comments. Your honesty might save someone today. Did you know there's a mineral that works like a natural calming agent for your nervous system? It's magnesium, and most people with anxiety are deficient in it without even knowing. This mineral is found in foods like dark leafy greens, especially spinach and kale, pumpkin seeds, almonds, avocado, and dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa. When your magnesium levels are low, your muscles stay tense, your heart can race more easily, and you might struggle to relax even when you're physically exhausted. It's like your body forgot how to slow down. By including magnesium-rich foods in your daily diet, you're giving your body the key to unlock the tension building up in your muscles and mind. Let's talk about something you might never have considered: the importance of B vitamins for emotional balance. Especially B6, found in foods like banana, sweet potato, chicken, chickpeas, and sunflower seeds. This vitamin is essential for producing neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, which are responsible for feelings of calm and well-being. When you're low on B vitamins, it's common to feel more irritable, mentally fatigued, and yes, more anxious. It's like your brain doesn't have the tools it needs to make the chemicals that bring peace. Now, I need to tell you about the hidden villains that might be sabotaging your efforts to feel better. Caffeine, for example, can be a double-edged sword. While a morning cup of coffee might give you energy and focus, too much caffeine, especially later in the day or for more sensitive people, can worsen anxiety symptoms, cause heart palpitations, irritability, and disrupt sleep quality. If you notice you feel more jittery or your heart races after coffee, maybe it's time to cut back or try alternatives like green tea, which has less caffeine and contains L-theanine, an amino acid that promotes relaxation. Refined sugar and ultra-processed foods are other silent saboteurs of your emotional well-being. They cause blood sugar spikes followed by sharp crashes, which can trigger physical symptoms very similar to an anxiety attack. Rapid heartbeat, sweating, trembling, and weakness. Your body can't tell the difference between a blood sugar drop and a real danger situation, so it activates the same fight-or-flight mechanisms you feel during high anxiety moments. It's a vicious cycle. You eat something sweet to feel better in the moment, but end up feeling worse a few hours later. Let me tell you about a food that's like a superhero in disguise. Oats! Rich in soluble fiber, they help stabilize blood sugar levels, preventing those glucose roller coasters that leave your mind racing. Plus, oats contain tryptophan, an amino acid that's a precursor to serotonin, and beta-glucan, a type of fiber that feeds good gut bacteria. Starting your day with a bowl of oats topped with fruit and seeds is like giving your brain premium fuel that keeps your energy and mood stable throughout the day. I want to talk about the importance of keeping regular meal times. When you skip meals or go too long without eating, your blood sugar drops, triggering a stress response in your body. It's like your body interprets the lack of fuel as a survival threat, releasing hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These are the same hormones released during anxiety episodes, so skipping meals can literally bring on the symptoms you're trying to avoid. Eating small meals every 3 or 4 hours, including protein and complex carbs, helps keep your energy and mood more stable. There's a group of foods I call hugs in food form. Calming teas like chamomile, lemon balm, passion flower, and valerian. These plants contain natural compounds that interact with brain receptors responsible for relaxation. This isn't superstition or placebo, it's pure science. Chamomile, for example, contains epigenin, a substance that binds to benzodiazepine receptors in the brain, producing a gentle, natural calming effect. Making it a habit to drink a calming tea at the end of the day can be a comforting ritual that tells your body it's time to slow down. Have you noticed how your digestion gets messed up when you're anxious? Chronic stress directly affects how your gut functions, disrupting your bacterial flora and impairing the absorption of nutrients important for emotional balance. It's a cycle where anxiety worsens digestion and poor digestion worsens anxiety. That's why it's so important to chew your food well, eat in a calm environment when possible, and include foods rich in digestive enzymes like pineapple, papaya, and ginger, which help your body make the most of the nutrients you're giving it. I need to tell you about a nutrient that often flies under the radar: zinc. Essential for proper neurotransmitter function, you'll find zinc in pumpkin seeds, lean red meat, chicken, fish, beans, and nuts. Zinc deficiency is linked to irritability, trouble concentrating, and yes, anxiety. It's like your brain doesn't have the right pieces to complete the emotional balance puzzle. Including zinc-rich foods in your diet gives your body the tools it needs to produce and regulate the chemicals responsible for your well-being. Let's talk about hydration, a simple thing that has a deep impact on your mental state. Even mild dehydration can cause fatigue, difficulty concentrating, irritability, and increased anxiety. Your brain is about 75% water, and when that balance is off, it simply can't function at its best. Drinking water throughout the day, not just when you're thirsty, is one of the simplest and most effective ways to support your mental health. Adding a pinch of sea salt or a few drops of lemon can help with absorption and electrolyte balance. There's something important I need to share about the link between inflammation and anxiety. Studies show that people with anxiety disorders often have elevated inflammatory markers in their blood. Antioxidant-rich foods like berries, acai, purple grapes, green tea, turmeric, and colorful vegetables act like internal firefighters, putting out inflammation that might be contributing to your symptoms. It's like giving your body the tools it needs to defend itself against internal attacks you didn't even know were happening. Turmeric deserves a special mention here. This golden spice contains curcumin, a compound with impressive anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective properties. Studies show curcumin can cross the blood-brain barrier and have direct effects on the brain, reducing neuroinflammation linked to anxiety and depression. You can add turmeric to smoothies, soups, sautés, or make a golden milk by mixing turmeric with warm plant-based milk and a pinch of black pepper, which boosts curcumin absorption. I want to tell you about something I discovered during my studies that completely changed how I see food and anxiety. The importance of the ritual around eating. It's not just about what you eat, but how you eat. Turning meals into moments of pause and awareness can be as therapeutic as the nutrients themselves. When you eat in a rush, watching TV or scrolling on your phone, you're sending stress signals to your body. Your digestive system can't work properly when you're in fight or flight mode, which can interfere with absorbing the nutrients that could help you feel calmer. Let me give you a practical strategy that can make a big difference. Put together a food emergency kit for anxiety crises. Always have on hand foods that can help you stabilize. Nuts, rich in magnesium. Banana, contains tryptophan and potassium. Dark chocolate, releases endorphins and has magnesium. And chamomile tea bags for quick preparation. When anxiety hits, it's common to lose the ability to make rational food choices. So having these healthy options easily available can make the difference between picking something that helps or something that makes things worse. I need to tell you about a pattern I've noticed in many people dealing with anxiety. The tendency to either restrict food too much or, on the opposite end, eat compulsively. Both behaviors can keep the anxiety cycle going. Over-restriction can lead to nutritional deficiencies that affect mood and create an anxious relationship with food. Binge eating often involves foods that cause blood sugar swings and inflammation. The middle path is about nourishing your body gently, offering foods that truly feed you, but without rigid rules that create more stress. Let me tell you about a powerful idea: food as self-care, not punishment. Every time you choose a food that nourishes your body and calms your mind, you're practicing an act of self-love. It's not about being perfect, but about being aware. If you ate something you know didn't make you feel good, instead of blaming yourself, what if you just thought, next time I'll make a choice that helps me feel better? That shift in mindset can turn your relationship with food from a source of guilt into a source of empowerment. There's one thing I want to make very clear. Dietary changes won't cure your anxiety overnight. This isn't a magic fix, but a powerful tool that, when used consistently, can significantly reduce the intensity and frequency of your symptoms. It's like building a strong foundation for your mental health. You might still need other strategies like therapy, exercise, relaxation techniques, and in some cases, medication. But a balanced diet will boost the effects of all these other approaches. I want to share a practical plan for making these changes without overwhelming yourself. In the first week, focus only on drinking more water and including one source of omega-3 daily, maybe chia seeds in your smoothie or a handful of walnuts as a snack. In the second week, add a calming tea to your nightly routine. In the third week, include a probiotic source like plain yogurt or kefir. In the fourth week, start paying attention to magnesium-rich foods and try to include at least one in each meal. Gradual changes are more sustainable and less stressful for someone already dealing with anxiety. One crucial thing I need to mention: if you're taking anxiety medication, don't stop without medical guidance. Some foods and supplements can interact with medications, so always talk to your doctor before making big dietary changes or adding supplements. Food should be seen as a complement to treatment, not a replacement. Your well-being is too important to risk making drastic changes without professional support. Let me tell you something that might seem contradictory, but is very important. Sometimes the perfect food for your anxiety isn't necessarily the most nutritious in traditional terms, but the one that brings emotional comfort. If your grandma made a special soup that calmed you down or a certain tea reminds you of peaceful moments, those foods also have therapeutic value through the positive emotional memories they bring. The key is finding a balance between physical and emotional nourishment. There's something called mindful eating that can completely transform your experience with food. It means eating with attention to flavors, textures, smells, fullness, and emotions that come up. When you eat mindfully, you can notice which foods truly make you feel good and which leave you more agitated. It's like developing an internal dialogue with your body, learning to listen to the signals it sends about what it needs in each moment. Before I wrap up, I want to give you a piece of advice that goes beyond food, but connects directly to it. Be patient with yourself. Changes in mood and anxiety through diet don't happen overnight. Your body needs time to adjust, to replenish possible nutrient deficiencies, and for your gut bacteria to rebalance. Generally, people report noticing subtle differences in the first 2 to 3 weeks, and more significant changes after 2 or 3 months of consistency. This is a long-term investment in your quality of life. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. Millions of people around the world deal with anxiety every day, and many have found that small dietary changes can make a big difference. Every time you choose to nourish your body with love and awareness, you're taking a step toward a calmer, more balanced version of yourself. You don't have to be perfect, just consistent. You don't have to change everything at once, just start somewhere. If this content resonated with you, subscribe to the channel. Here you'll find more strategies like this, always with care and based on what actually works. Hit like if this helped you in any way, and come with me on this journey. You don't have to face this alone. See you in the next video, and remember, your healing starts on your plate, one meal at a time.